Hi, how you doing?
We all know Billie as an extravagant and bright singer who is not afraid to experiment and not afraid of her desires and emotions. She's kind to all her fans, cheerful and energetic. So why have people abruptly started unsubscribing from her? Who would have thought? But it's all about her big breasts. So what happened and why did it happen?
Gosh, it's been a crazy couple of years, man.
For a long time, Billie did her best to hide her figure. She wore baggy clothes, loved big jackets, wide pants, and everything that was more suitable for boys. Billie was not afraid to experiment and created her own bright look of a kind of free and independent singer. Billie went everywhere in oversized clothes, and it was literally impossible to distinguish the contours of her body. According to her, this was principled behavior. She didn't want to be objectified and didn't want people to discuss her appearance, but everything changed in 2021. The singer changed her image. She dyed her hair blonde and more often began to choose feminine, tight-fitting clothes, fitted dresses, and corsets with a deep neckline. We, as Billie's fans, reacted to this somewhat uncertain, just like to anything new. Yes, Billie was still pretty, but in my opinion, she lost the individuality she possessed. On the other hand, she matured and wanted to be a real woman. In any case, it was a brave action. Did people unsubscribe from Billie Eilish because of this? Not exactly, but it's close to the truth. The thing is that before we didn't see Billie in outfits with a deep neckline very often. But still in some photos and videos, everyone can notice how gorgeous the singer's body is. Not only does she have a pretty face, but she also has a beautiful body and big, lush breasts. When Billie changed her teenage image to the classic female one, she began to go out in a far more candid outfit than before. It would seem that her curvaceous body should have made people even more interested in her, but it didn't quite work out that way. In a recent interview, Billie admitted that she had already lost 100,000 followers on Instagram just because she posted a selfie in a corset top with a deep neckline. In the picture, she is posing in a bright, tight-fitting corset with a rather deep neckline. I lost 100,000 followers simply because of my breasts. Big breasts scare people. They cling to the memory of my old image to have some kind of affection, but this isn't human, said the singer. It means some fans are so used to Billie's old style that they just can't stand to see her slightly open her body. We can understand them, but Billie was unique, explosive, unusual. And also, she was a teenager. The older she got, the less fire there was in her eyes. You could tell from her interviews, her actions, her behavior, and her statements that she had matured a lot, and that she clearly didn't want to be the old Billie who wore big pants, dyed her hair all the colors of the rainbow, and wasn't afraid to burp during a live show.
Oregano oil.
Perhaps she will return to the old image one day, or at least create some kind of mixture of the old and the new style. Still, Billie loves to change and be different, so changing the image is most likely just a matter of time. But now, here she is, beautiful, blonde, feminine, and almost not crazy. She wanted to be like that, and her last album perfectly proves the state of her soul in the current mood.
Everything I said was so stupid.
She also noticed that people often look for some provocative subtext in her images, which is not there. Once I decided to wear a t-shirt, it wasn't even some provocative top, but I knew people would say she dresses sexy to get attention. No, it's just very hot outside and I want to wear a t-shirt. Really, why can others wear similar clothes but she can't? Because she's a star? But she is also a person. She's also hot. And besides, Billie has always been a free girl who loves to wear comfortable clothes and do what she likes. Of course, it's everyone's business, but given the way Billie has always treated her fans, it makes more sense to support her now. Yes, not everyone likes her current look, but this is a normal period when you want to change something in yourself. Besides, at concerts, Billie doesn't forget her early self. Maybe she doesn't rock like she used to, but her performances are still very cool. And hell, maybe Billie will change her style again and rarely show her body again. So before you unsubscribe and judge her, let's take advantage of the moment and enjoy her beauty. Guys, if before we did not really discuss the new Billie's look, now it's high time. Have you gotten used to the new style of Billie? Would you like Billie to start using the old image again?
Thank you.